then the next thing I know, he disappeared into some cave or something. He didn't really talk to anyone.
It was really sad, actually, when Gabby got really involved with drugs. She got into drugs and self-mutilation. I remember one time she actually cut one of her fingers off on a dare with a cigar cutter. She would be at practice and she'd be playing. And you remember those old videos of Sid Vicious where he'd be playing and he didn't actually know what he was doing and they would unplug his bass? One time at practice, we actually took the bass out of Gabby's hand, threw it out the window, and she was still just walking around just like she was playing a bass guitar that wasn't even there.
Sure.
Gabby, where's your bass?
It's right here. Can't you see it?
The one that used to cut herself up and throw pieces at the audience? I had to check her arms daily for track marks. Used to shoot her between the toes. Ended up shooting pure zinc right under her eye. Where she got zinc? I don't know. Went through 4 cars a week. You tell me where she got the zinc.
And Rachel got heavy into gambling and lost most of her money.
That wannabe vampire? Guilty conscience, that's all I gotta say. Who's money to charity? People who feel guilty. Morty Finkelstein's never had a guilty day in his life. I sleep like a baby on a bed of $1,000 bills. They don't even make those anymore.
Rachel was always, you know, she always seemed like a really nice person to the media and to everything. She was a very bleeding heart, giving to like children organizations and like Save the Wells and everything. But she actually had a really nasty mean streak. Backstage, she used to not even curse like a truck driver or sailor. It was more like a truck driving sailor. And when fans would ask for her autograph, she actually had this pair of boots made up that had her name in the bottom, and she would just kick them in the face and say, "There's your autograph."
Yeah, Rachel, I think she was trying to make up for stuff, you know. She has her mansion and she goes to fancy clubs every night and she's always on vacation and stuff, but then she tries to give money to charity. So I think that caused some problems with the band, you know, if she's like giving all the money away. Yeah, Rachel, she acts on screen like, you know, she gives money away. You see her hugging the little orphan kids, but it's kind of a joke because, you know, talk to her maids, you know, the ones that won't let me in the house. And they tell me what she's like with the servants and with all the other kids and stuff. It's like, whatever, Rachel.
Well, you know, we all had our problems. You know, I think that as soon as the money started running out, that's when all of our problems started. Obviously the band had betrayed me, you know. I started feeling really bad about all my gambling, so I started giving it away to, you know, charities to make myself feel better. I adopted an African child named Click Click, and he, you know, I sent him letters. I told him about how everybody had betrayed me, the band, everybody in the band, what had happened. And, you know, all he wrote back, that selfish brat, "I want food." What? I sent him money. I don't know what happened there.
She had a pretty bad gambling problem. You know, she'd go out and go gambling. All the money she would get from that, she'd give to children's charities, which I didn't understand because she really hated children. But yeah, that, and, you know, she'd come home drunk as a skunk, you know, drunker than I usually get, and we would leave Monopoly money on the table just so she thinks she'd, like, she got a little bit of money out gambling, because she usually was broke at the end of the day. And she would actually go out and try to spend the Monopoly money, which that was kind of funny because nowhere accepted it, and they just always laugh at her.
Joe got worse as he started to talk to himself at practices.
I love this song.
So, who are you talking to?
Who are you talking to?
The third roadie began to take the blunt of the abuse when the vices became too strong. He was later fired when he started to stop showing up to practices in fear of being beaten.
Well, I didn't leave. I was fired. Those jerks.
The situation only seemed to get worse as Gabby went to jail.
Well, I'm going to tell you this, man. These stupid pigs, you know, I found one of their cars, you know, and I got on top of the car, and I was blaring my music, and I hopped on the car and started dancing. Now, maybe I stripped a little bit, too, but that's okay. Like, I don't think there's any laws against that. Well, of course they found like heroin on me, you know, like those were back in my days. So they took me to jail, and you know what? No one bailed me out. Not even, you know, any of my band members, and I thought those guys were my friends.
Joe broke all contact with the band members.
Oh, I was just foraging for insects, berries and stuff to eat. I live in this cave because I don't like people very much, and bats are my friends. And what? Huh?
Adrian was too wasted to play. And Rachel had given away most of her possessions. The band got things together. They had to hire a replacement drummer while Rachel had to regain her sanity and also buy back her drum set.
Yes, so one morning I woke up and I was looking for Rachel everywhere because I wanted to go over some new songs, and I couldn't find her, and Gabby kept telling me she was in the bathroom, but after 2 weeks I thought she's been in the bathroom for a long time. But anyway, we found this new drummer on MySpace from Australia. I don't know how it was going to work out because I don't know if he speaks English or Austrian or kangaroo or whatever they speak in Australia.
Clean drumsticks mean clean drumming.
Yeah, we had to get a fill-in drummer for a while because Rachel had a tendency to leave the state to go gamble various places because of her gambling habits. So we had the fill-in drummer, and we met him actually on MySpace, and he traveled all the way from Australia to be in our band. And he was a cool dude, but you know, he like thought too highly of himself. And we were like, you know, just because you're from Australia doesn't mean like you're any better than all of us.
Oh yeah, that Australian guy that filled in for me while I was on vacation. I don't even know what was up with that. He thought he was so cool copying me, and he had the accent going on. They thought that people would like that. I mean, the whole kangaroo and shrimp on the Barbie. I don't get it. I don't get it at all.
As the band continues to take things slow, time can only tell what disaster we'll have to go through. With that being said, Maud will always be known as the punk rock band next door.
I still don't know who the disasters are.
So is interview over? I'm going home. I keep a cool